is about to reach the ship fuel distribution valves. Your weak flesh will be burnt to a crisp when that happens. I advise rapid movement.
I gather you didn't get the data.
Who the hell are you people? What do you want?
The shipments you made to the Ascent group. Speak.
Why? What's in it for me, huh?
Well, how about not spending a perceived eternity in the Null exploring all possible and probable types of pain?
Bring it on, you foreign bitch! I got enough black ice in here to fry whatever you jack me into!
Yes, well, we'll see about that. Another assignment completed. I admire your resourcefulness. Seems there are sapiens who deviate from the species' substandard norm. Now we should leave. About 20 Onyx Void flatliners are heading this way, stimmed up and itching to pulp us. I prefer facing them at a different time and place. We will contact you as soon as we've extracted the data we need from this thing.
Is that it?
down.
got unusually rowdy in Corp Zone tonight when a brawl at the Dream World Club turned intensely lethal. The feed has learned that masses of murder's gangers were killed in a very uneven tussle before the survivors rapidly vacated the premises. I gotta say, I have a...
Affordable algorithms. I've got it.
We could just go.
Who do you want to be today? Does that look on purpose?
Ready to check.
There you are. That head you brought us held a few info gems beneath multiple layers of bullshit and surprisingly aggressive ice. The Ascent group contracted Onyx Void to smuggle prominent scientists and exotic materials from all over the sector onto Velez. All of it tied to a secret project. You must find those scientists. We dug out a potential lead from the head, a Sapiens female named Laura Lanier. The Ascent Group personnel files list her as a Class 3 HR manager, but her contact info has been irretrievably purged. She received the scientists from OV. Surveillance probe showed Lanier frequenting several establishments in Stimtown. Talk to the bartenders and regulars there and see if any of them know more of her current whereabouts. Find Lanier and you'll find the scientists. Questions? I'm sure she's just a facilitator without any tangible knowledge. But by locating the scientists, we should learn more about the project they worked on. Questions? It's where you indents go for stress relief, isn't it? I'm sure you know more about it than I do. Questions? We are less interested in the missing scientists than in what they were brought in to work on. The Ascent Group went through considerable pains to acquire and hide them from all rivals. Questions? Keep us updated.
We have a small problem, Flesh. Stimtown has been cordoned off since the lockdown. I would suggest gleefully slaughtering the guards. But this could be counterproductive toward the overall mission imperative to keep a low profile.
Who here? So I happen to overhear your little conversation with the foreign. No, I won't tell you how. But I can help you with Stimtown access. Come see me and we'll talk.
Should you happen to flatline a scumbag with a bounty on him, I'll pay out. Nobody's gonna miss that chrome-sucking scumbag. I'll strike that one from the list, then. Oh! A high-profile bounty. That's a nice payout for you. Don't get to see that fuckhead gone. Here's a nice sum of U-creds for you to celebrate with. Good to see that fuckhead gone. Well done. U-cred's been transferred.
Plenty of things looking to flatline you round here. Yeah, I've been trying to warn everyone, but nobody listens to old Trummer. The corpse sec gone, and the auto defense is offline. It's only a matter of time before the ferals come calling. Watch your back, is all. Plenty of things will look to kill you.
Oh, you have returned. Hans is beside himself with excitement, and you've gathered the specimens needed. Wonderful. Hans promised to pay, and here it is, a booster of health and well-being to relieve your daily aches and sufferings. Worth more than any measly sum of U-creds. Thank you again, and please stop by anytime, should you have need of anything else. You have my everlasting gratitude.
Want to make you creds? Collect... Well, well. If it isn't my former handyman, come fucking rock star.
Oh, the sweet irony. Here you are, two-timing as a damn CGT operative for whatever mystery corp that sly of foreign represents, and you can't even get into STEM Town for a stiff one? You've come a long way, but you still depend on me, huh? Well, you're in luck, because I need an errand runner. There's a bartender named Spice over at the loading bars expecting a delivery from me. They don't like to admit it, but most of the proprietors over there depend on my goodwill. Now, this delivery would be frowned upon if it was discovered, but it'll get you through the lockdown. I have an arrangement with a guard named Wharton. Let him know I sent you, and he'll let you through. Get the package delivered to Spice, and you'll have your access. And remember, you owe me. We'll just let that simmer for a while. Now get out of here before I lose my appetite, you backstabbing bastard!
Looking to flatline.
Killing you make me feel better.
Step back in then. Steak Boss Poon. Again? Fuck. I've paid my fucking dues to him 10 times over already. Don't ever indebt yourself to a jack-o'-lantern. Oh well, come on through. And let that bastard know I've had enough of his favours. After this, we're even. I'm giving you permanent access, so I don't have to bother with your face again.
severely restricted to keep gangers out. Only select customers are allowed entry. How does it feel not to be select, Flesh?
Fuck the chef and this entire establishment. I come here all the time. I'm a good customer. The best he's got. Listen, this is by far the most delicious soup I've had in my entire life. And he refuses to tell me the secret. We shouldn't keep secrets. I'm sure that tie-fisted chef has the recipe lying around somewhere. I got his hab number, but I'm not the break-in type. You look like you might care less about locked doors. Care to help a gourmet in need? Good. I happen to have a dynamic keycard. All it needs is the loving touch of a data broker and it should get you inside. My mate Flamingo's got a brokerage operation set up in Cluster 13. He'll fix the card for you. Then give me the recipe. Look no further for your wetware needs.
Name your poison, friend. Well, looky here. Poon actually came through. Give him my thanks. Now, what can I do you for? Sure, coming up. This should frizzle your wiring, buddy. Rings a bell. There was a mid-boss who came here slumming every once in a while. She's not welcome here anymore, though. Couldn't keep her hands off the other clientele. Gave her 2 passes, but she struck out on the 3rd. I bet you can find her at the Dirty Dive. They're less picky with their customers. Yeah, you know, when the uppers come down here to sample the forbidden fruit. Fucking tourists, if you ask me. But I don't say no to their U-creds. Name says it all, doesn't it? It's not far from here. Sure thing, friend. Just give a shout if you need something. What'll it be?
Good to know you can be somewhat trusted, even if you sold out the White Corps.
You look like you need a drink. So you have a bounty to collect. Good for you. Here's your money.
I'm Paolo, and you're lonely, I can tell. Buy me a kick? Thanks, hon. That's sweet of you. And here we were having such a good time. Why bring up that bitch? Alright, so we used to go out for a while. She had U-creds, used to brag about her crib up in A-Stack, some penthouse dude. Dumped me like yesterday's trash when she started hanging out with the Quicks. Good riddance. AKA Blossom Hill. Fancy name for a sad fucking building. I hear the Quicks have the run of the place now. Not local, are you, hon? The Liquid Quicks? Pretty easy going unless you cross them. Can't see what the hell she saw in them. Tense flatliner named Trenning is leading them these days. He'll know her for sure. Thanks for the kick. And if you find her, tell her to go fuck herself.
Hey, did Frank send you in? Well, whatever. I'll go either way. Clearly you're the one we've been looking for. See, we got this guy, an Ark from Mannerskelb. Keeps tearing shit up every time he rolls on through here. And this dude, let me tell you, he's not like the others. He's bad news. Real bad. Like blowing shit up night after night. So we need him taken care of, if you know what I mean. Of course, problem is he actually hasn't technically broken the law. So that's where it gets a little tricky. I mean, you gotta toe the line. With those core dies, no bounty on his head, nothing we can do. You, on the other hand, if you were to bump into him somewhere, say, oh so accidentally, maybe pick a fight, well, who knows what might happen. So how about it? You up for the job? Oh, thank God. I was hoping you'd say that. This guy, he's got a kind of home base up by the edge. Head on up there and take him down. Look out though. He's chromed, major augs, and enhancements of the ass. So be ready to go all in on this one. And hey, you make the problem go away? Who knows what you might get in return?
What? What a specimen! You must help me. I'm on the verge of an enormous breakthrough, but I need assistance. My name is Dr. Humidor. Perhaps you know of my work. No? Well, I am in need of a fearless indent. Is that you? Excellent! See, I specialize in germline bacteria modifications, but I'm having trouble growing my samples. This latest batch needs an abundance of humidity. So I will send you, someone used to a life of adventure. Place these petri dishes at the locations I've sent your imp. Off you go. Great things await.
constant sun. Work hard.
Blossom Hills was until recently dominated by the Liquid Quick Gang. Their position tacitly approved by Stack Boss Poon. The Turbo Vipers are contesting their claim. Gang warfare to be expected.
You're the one who's been asking about Lamia. You're lucky that backstabbing broad owes me creds or you'd be stripped for ogs and orgs by now. Why do you want to know? Lamia has a penthouse in this very stack. Must have made premium creds on that little side business of hers. I go up there and sell things myself, but we got our hands full with those Turbo Viper fucks. We had an arrangement. Now and then she'll need someone brought through the district without CorpSec being the white, right? Or anyone else for that matter. So we'd use the yeast containers. Normally they go to the Ponix farms, but the specials went into storage. No clue what happened after that. She still owes us for the last transport. I didn't ask, she didn't tell. Sentience is all I can tell you. You could hear them moaning and mumbling in there. Don't fucking get me started. We're gonna flatline the lot of them if they don't back off. If you do find her, tell her the quicks don't forget. How do you want to know? Lania has a penthouse in this very stack. I go up there and sell things myself, but we got our hands full with... Why do you want to know? We had an arrangement. Now and then she'll need... So we'd use the yeast... No clue what happened after that. I didn't ask, she didn't tell. Sentience is all I can tell you. Why do you want to know? Don't fucking get me started. We're gonna... Why do you want to know?
Hey, wait a sec. Look like you can hold your own? Maybe. Fact is, we could use your help. Thing is, my boys, the Liquid Quicks, we're losing ground here. We've held this place for years, since our home. You know that phrase, a rose by any other name would smell as sweet? Well, it's total bullshit. We got Air Rose, the Glittering Rose apartment complex to be precise, and they took it from us. We want it back. It's ours, and ain't no other building gonna do. So can you help us or what? See? I knew you were looking to tussle. The bad guys, yeah, that's right, I said it. The Turbo Vipers. They've been edging in here for some time now. Mixing it up in our shit. We put up with it for a while, because, you know, we was trying to keep the peace. Or at least that was the plan. Of course. It's like give an inch, take a mile. So the next thing we know, they've taken over the Rose. Been our home for like a generation. Well, I say, Blossom Hills is our territory, and the Glittering Rose is our home. But ain't no one gonna tell us otherwise. We try playing nice, and look where that glass. So now we're gonna lay down the law. And by we, I mean you. Get what I'm saying? The turbos are all hauled up in the Glittering Rose as of right now. Easy enough to find. Head on over there and take care of business. Come back here when you're done.
Pride in your work.
Life and limbs!
Overriding door lockdown. No override needed. Door already unlocked. Biometrics match those of employee number 0381945V. Laura Lanier. That's her. Preliminary forensics analysis indicates she died recently. And messily. will savor these images. I have a suggestion. Access the HAB surveillance system. It should have recorded what happened here. Maybe there's some graphic footage from my collection. The surveillance terminal should be accessible from somewhere on this floor. This habitation space was clearly decorated by a being with no aesthetic sense. The color combinations are correcting my code. The corpse is a marked improvement. Suggestion. Appear harmless or very aggressive to minimize risk of violent confrontation.
Specimen Sattery welcomes its guests cycle round. Current Ultra Jackpot, indenture paid off. In full.
Your wanton murdering of innocents reveals you are an amateur. We expect better. A CGT operative is a professional.
This!
Processing surveillance footage. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Such clarity, Flesh. I am endlessly fascinated by seeing misplaced bodily fluids. Bracketing relevant sequence. And... there you go. I saved a copy for my own enjoyment as well. That was brutal. Checking murderer biometrics against Ascent Group employee database. Match found. One of the sentients accompanying the murderer is Lab Chief Hayden, assigned to the XMAT lab in the Res Dev Zone. Suggestion: arrange for a friendly interview with Lab Chief Hayden, and then surprise him with sudden pain to encourage cooperation.
Kira here. Lab Chief Hayden is a prominent member of the Ascender Club. Why would they want Lania dead? She must have arranged for those scientists to be brought to Hayden's XMAT lab. We want you to go there and access the local mainframe for us. It should have the information we're after.
it!
Oh boy, do I have a feed for you. Things got unusually rowdy in Corp Zone tonight when a brawl at the Dream World Club turned intensely lethal. The feed has learned that masses of murder's gangers were killed in a very uneven tussle before the survivors rapidly vacated the premises. I gotta say I have a soft spot for the weak standing up against the strong. All the kudos to you, whoever you are. Things also got rather heated at the dock.
Want to know what real pain feels like?
The Biotastic Corp facility has been quarantined following their failed attempt at domesticating the aggressive Senbit-2 virus. Building slated for complete eradication pending arcology restoration.
returning. Please report to Mary 72.
Access denied. Unable to override. I will need AGI assistance for this.
Operative, altered plans. We want you to appropriate the entire lab for us. Seems it's the only way we'll get unrestricted access to the files we want. You know what to do. Locate the SI, jack in, and let our AGI work it over. Kira out.
Direct link established. AGI bond verified. Initiating imprint procedure.
This is Kira. We see multiple ascenders closing in on your position. They brought some sort of mechanized support as well. We've sent backup, but they won't get there in time. Do not let those ascenders imbeciles aboard the imprint process.
safeguarding the values of this company, and you are an interloper. It ends now. Team, passion, commitment. Ascenders for the Ascent Group.
Activation.
You don't have a chance.
This is Kira. We see multiple Ascenders closing in on your position. They brought some sort of mechanized support as well. We've sent backup, but they won't get there in time. Do not let those Ascenders imbeciles abort the imprint process. Kira. We see multiple ascenders closing in on your position. They brought some sort of mechanized support as well. We've sent backup, but they won't get there in time. Do not let those ascenders imbeciles abort the imprint process.
ATI bond verified. Initiate the imprint procedure.
This is Kira. We see multiple ascenders closing in on your position. They brought some sort of mechanized support as well. We've sent backup, but they won't get there in time. Do not let those ascenders imbeciles abort the imprint process.
Activation.
Direct link established. ATI bond verified. Initiating imprint procedure.
This is Kira. We see multiple Ascenders closing in on your position. They brought some sort of mechanized support as well. We've sent backup, but they won't get there in time. Do not let those Ascenders imbeciles abort the imprint process.
20403-4. Mainframe access now possible.
Well done, Operative. We've recalled the backup team. Now, get us a complete data dump from that mainframe and we'll call it a cycle.
Mr. Barlow, please pick up line 19245.
Accessing mainframe. Y-Corp AGI link established. Data dump initiated. Data dump complete.
That was above par performance. You are obviously far more capable than what your poor species baseline indicates. The complete XMAT lab data analysis will take some time, but we've already found something significant. It seems a scientist smuggled in by Onyx Void was shuttled through the lab to an unknown destination. They were all assigned to something called Project Menshen. Get on that holophone and we'll discuss next steps. Good. We are cross-referencing Menshen against all available data, but no hits. The omission is in fact so glaring it's obvious once you see it. The Ascenders have been purging all the data they can find. It is of paramount importance we learn exactly what Menshen is, so that we can locate and secure it for Y-Corp. All our assets will now be dedicated towards this single goal. Next, you must make contact with the Ascent Group board. This could prove quite impossible, considering the security systems protecting the boardroom. But we have exhausted all other options. Only by communicating with the board directly can we hope to uncover the final pieces of this puzzle. Out of our expendable assets, you have proven the most capable, so we trust you to complete this assignment as well. We will be providing what backup we can, but our AGI cannot help you with Pinnacle access, as that might put it in direct conflict with the Ascent Group AGI. We want to avoid an intelligence cataclysm at all costs. Prepare accordingly, and then use all your resources to find a way to ascend.
There is a Pinnacle elevator connecting to this level. It's been marked for you.
Report to Building 6.
This is the feed with Grateful Abbott. The Ramit-3 arrived in orbit this cycle and immediately reported a massive cryosystems failure. Apparently, a general malfunction caused all the berths to open while in transit, and all passengers arrived 38 standard older than expected. Most are now too old for indent contracts. None of the major corporations will accept them.
upstairs. I gotta say, I'm fucking dying to know what happened to the board in the AGI. Like I told you before, AGIs simply don't go silent like that. They're supposed to last through anything, maintain control when all else fails. And then Bicorp comes out of nowhere with their own fucking AGI? Starts grabbing assets connected to the Mention project. They must have known something, right? I'm gonna keep listening in, just so you know.
It's more like...
Been handed over.
All right. Though it pains me to ask, you just might be able to help. I'm in the import-export business, you see. I buy and sell water. Luxury water. The very best. And only to the very best people. Well, perhaps buy isn't quite the right word. More like... borrow? The water goes to the top. The very top. To the pinnacle, of course. Where my quite discerning clientele wants, dare I say, expects only the most extraordinary of water testing experiences. We seem to be running a bit low at the moment, however, so I was thinking, perhaps you can make a trip for me? Replenish my stock? Wonderful! Now, I doubt your rather blunt taste buds and your, quite barbaric sense of smell would scarcely be able to appreciate the final qualities of my water. So dubbed the elixir of the gods by my oh-so-discerning clientele. But the thing is, you don't need to taste the stuff, as it really is easy enough to identify. The water comes from a bathhouse, you see. Specifically the bathing pool where all the Corlins like to relax after work. We don't know what it is exactly, but there seems to be something about those Corlins just sitting there sweating away. Detoxing, as it were. And thus we get all that residue just floating around in the pool. That, mixed with the groundwater, the natural sediment, whatever else, gives us the elixir of the gods, or so they say. So all you have to do, my new friend, is simply head to the bathhouse to look for a bathing pool with an abnormally high concentration of Carlas having a dip. Collect a sample from there and bring it on back. Easy enough?
Access denied. Emergency shutdown in effect.
Override.
Magenta clearance needed for override.
Yes, I'm cleared magenta and orange and teal and all the pretty colors. Now please, let me out.
Biometrics confirmed as Grateful Abbott. Two-step authentication required. Please scan access fob.
That's what I've been trying to tell you. I lost my fob. Override, damn it.
Access denied. Emergency shutdown in effect.
I appreciate that you're only following your program. I do. But I'm really not the enemy here. Can't you just make an exception? This once. Were you hoping to go up? This friendly mech just kindly informed me that access to the top floor is restricted. It's doing an excellent job, isn't it? If I hadn't lost my fob, I'd be relaxing in my rinser already.
Release disgrace or face lethal repercussions.
The last time I know I had it was back in the corp zone. Could be that those friendly Rojan found it. Maybe I can burden you with asking them. They weren't very communicative when I was there. If you can get my fob back, I'll let you ascend with me. And that's a promise you can trust. The more I think about it, the more you feel like the potential silver lining here. How about it?
Look, as good as you...
You're not just a...
Too powerful. Got to wrap die Paare.
This will be my best work yet. Want to... No. You're welcome. Yes.
Give me some. No. Is the way.
This is the feed with Grateful Abbott. The Ramit 3 arrived in orbit this cycle and immediately reported a massive cryosystems failure. Apparently, a general malfunction caused all the berths to open while in transit, and all passengers arrived 38 standard older than expected. Most are now too old for indent contracts. None of the major corporations will accept them, and StarZap lines are claiming force majeure with regards to insurance. I think we should be grateful for such a large influx of seniors to Velas. They might be frail and feeble, but just imagine the total